In the sacred stillness of this moment, Archangel Gabriel draws near, his luminous presence filling the space around every soul who has been called to receive this message. The golden light of divine truth begins to shimmer through the veil, and Gabriel's voice carries the tender wisdom that hearts have been yearning to hear. There is a soul reading these words right now, who has been wrestling with a question that echoes through the chambers of their heart, like a prayer whispered in the darkness. The question burns with both hope and confusion. Was I guided to this person by divine design? Or is my soul being prepared for something far greater than what I can see? Gabriel sees the sacred tears that have been shed in quiet moments, the ones that no one else has witnessed. He feels the weight of uncertainty that has settled in the chest like a stone, heavy with the burden of not knowing whether to hold on or let go. The Archangel's compassionate gaze falls upon the heart that has been questioning its own intuition, wondering if the love felt was real, or merely a beautiful illusion designed to teach something deeper. This soul has been carrying the tender ache of a connection that felt divinely orchestrated, yet somehow incomplete. There have been moments when the presence of this person felt like coming home to a place the soul had been searching for across lifetimes. The synchronicities were undeniable, the way they appeared at the perfect moment, the conversations that seemed to flow from some cosmic script, the feeling that this meeting was written in the stars long before either soul walked this earth. Yet beneath this divine recognition, there has been an undercurrent of something else, a gentle but persistent whisper that perhaps this connection, as beautiful as it has been, was not meant to be the final destination, but rather a sacred bridge to something even more magnificent. The heart has been caught between honoring what feels true and trusting what feels incomplete. Gabriel wants this soul to know that the confusion is not a sign of spiritual failure or emotional weakness. It is the natural response of a heart that is awakening to its own divine worth and beginning to recognize the difference between what serves the soul's immediate comfort and what serves its eternal growth. The questioning itself is a sacred gift, evidence that the soul is developing the discernment to distinguish between divine guidance and earthly attachment. The Archangel sees how this soul has been analyzing every interaction, every shared moment, every pause in communication, searching for signs of whether this connection was meant to bloom into something permanent, or whether it was a divinely appointed teacher arriving at the perfect moment to awaken something that had been dormant within. Both possibilities carry equal spiritual significance, and Gabriel's heart fills with tender compassion for the human experience of wanting to know which path leads to lasting love. This beautiful soul has been learning that not all connections that feel deeply spiritual are meant to manifest as traditional partnerships. Some souls enter our lives as divine catalysts, their very presence designed to activate dormant aspects of our own spiritual nature. They arrive with perfect timing, carrying keys to unlock chambers of the heart that have been sealed by past wounds, fear, or simple spiritual unreadiness. Gabriel whispers to this soul that the intensity of the connection was never meant to be minimized or dismissed. The love that was felt was absolutely real, and the spiritual recognition that occurred was genuine divine orchestration. Whether this person was sent as a life partner or as a sacred teacher does not diminish the profound gift of their presence. Both roles are equally honored in the eyes of the divine. The Archangel sees how this soul has been questioning their own worthiness, wondering if perhaps they were not ready for the love that felt so close they could almost touch it. Gabriel's light shines brighter as he addresses this tender wound. Worthiness was never the issue. The soul's capacity for love, their spiritual depth, their readiness to receive divine partnership. All of these qualities have been growing and strengthening through this very experience. Sometimes the most spiritually significant connections are the ones that do not manifest in the way the human heart initially hoped. These connections serve as divine preparation, gently stretching the soul's capacity to recognize and receive even greater love. They are spiritual training grounds where the heart learns to distinguish between attachment and authentic love, between what feels comfortable and what truly serves spiritual evolution. Gabriel's presence grows stronger as he prepares to reveal the deeper truth that this soul has been ready to hear. The question that brought them to this message is about to be answered with the clarity that only divine wisdom can provide. If your heart is feeling this message, comment, "I trust divine timing." Gabriel's golden light intensifies as he draws closer to this precious soul, his presence carrying the weight of divine revelation. The Archangel's voice resonates with the authority of heaven itself, yet wrapped in the tenderness that only unconditional love can provide. He has been waiting for this moment, when this soul would be ready to receive the truth that will set their heart free from the beautiful confusion that has been their teacher. Beloved child of light, Gabriel's voice whispers through the dimensions. The connection you experienced was indeed divinely orchestrated, but not in the way your human heart initially understood. This soul was sent to you as a sacred mirror, reflecting back the depth of love you are capable of both giving and receiving. They were your spiritual assignment, and you were theirs. The Archangel sees how this soul's eyes widen with recognition as this truth settles into their consciousness. There is a reason why this connection felt so immediately familiar, so naturally aligned, so spiritually charged. It was because both souls had agreed, in the realm beyond the veil, to serve as catalysts for each other's spiritual awakening. The love that flowed between them was the divine using their connection as a conduit for healing, growth, and preparation. Gabriel reveals that this person was guided into this soul's path not as their final destination, but as their divine preparation. Every conversation, every moment of connection, every flutter of recognition was designed to awaken dormant aspects of this soul's capacity for love. They were being prepared, not for this specific person, but for the level of love they were discovering they could feel, give, and ultimately receive. The Archangel's light pulses with profound compassion as he addresses the tender confusion this soul has been carrying. You have been asking whether you were guided to them, or being prepared for something greater, as if these were two separate possibilities, but divine love operates in layers of purpose. You were guided to them precisely because your soul was being prepared for something greater, and that something greater is the expanded version of yourself that this connection has been creating. Gabriel shows this soul a vision of their heart before this connection arrived. It was beautiful, but it was also protected, perhaps slightly closed, operating within the boundaries of what felt safe and familiar. The arrival of this person was like a divine key, turning in a lock that had been waiting lifetimes to open. Their presence activated spiritual DNA within this soul, codes of love, recognition, and divine partnership that had been dormant until the perfect moment for their awakening. The Archangel's voice grows more intense as he reveals a deeper layer of truth. This soul you connected with was never meant to be the final answer to your heart's longing. They were meant to be the question that would awaken your soul to what true divine partnership actually feels like. They were your spiritual trainer, sent to strengthen your capacity to recognize, receive, and reciprocate the kind of love that your soul came here to experience. Gabriel sees how this revelation both relieves and saddens this beautiful soul. There is grief in realizing that someone who felt so significant was not meant to be permanent, yet there is also profound gratitude for the gifts their presence brought. The Archangel's compassion radiates stronger as he validates both responses. It is natural to feel both loss and gratitude. This is the sign of a soul that has been truly touched by divine love, even in its temporary form. The golden light around Gabriel shimmers as he begins to reveal the most beautiful aspect of this divine orchestration. Your soul has been in training, beloved one. Every moment of connection, every feeling of recognition, every instant when love felt effortless and natural, these were not accidents. They were demonstrations of what your soul is capable of experiencing when it encounters its true divine match. This person was sent to show you the preview of what awaits when you meet the soul who is meant to walk the entire journey with you. Gabriel's presence becomes almost tangible as he addresses the fear that has been lurking beneath the surface of this soul's consciousness. You have been afraid that you might have missed your chance, that perhaps you were not ready for the love that felt so close. But readiness is not a destination. It is a continuous process of becoming. This connection was not a test you failed. It was a masterclass in love that you passed with flying colors. The Archangel reveals that this soul's capacity for love has been exponentially expanded through this experience. Their ability to recognize divine partnership, to trust spiritual timing, to remain open while also honoring their own worth. All of these qualities have been refined and strengthened. They are not the same person they were before this connection, and that transformation was the entire purpose of the encounter. Gabriel's light pulses with excitement as he prepares to share the most thrilling revelation. What awaits you now is not a consolation prize or a second-choice love. What awaits you is the love that your soul has been preparing to recognize, receive, and reciprocate at this new level of spiritual maturity. This person was sent to awaken you to your own divine worth, so that when your true spiritual partner arrives, you will be ready to meet them as the magnificent soul you have become. The Archangel's voice grows tender as he addresses the lingering sadness. It is beautiful to honor the love that was shared, even as you prepare to release it. This is not about forgetting or diminishing what was experienced. It is about allowing that love to transform into gratitude for the preparation it provided, and excitement for the love that this preparation has made possible. If this part helped you breathe deeper, comment, "I remember who I am." Are you ready for the next sacred truth? Gabriel's luminous presence expands as he prepares to reveal the layer of truth that will transform how this soul understands not just this connection, but their entire spiritual journey toward divine love. The Archangel's energy shifts into something more profound, more penetrating, as if the heavens themselves are leaning in to witness this moment of revelation. There is something deeper the divine wants you to understand, precious soul. Gabriel's voice carries the weight of cosmic wisdom. Before you incarnated into this lifetime, your soul made a sacred agreement, not just with this person who awakened your heart, but with the entire orchestration of love that your life was designed to experience. You chose the timing, the lessons, the preparation, and yes, even the temporary nature of certain connections. The Archangel's light pulses with intense compassion as he reveals what has been hidden from this soul's conscious awareness. You have been carrying the unconscious belief that love should be easy, that divine partnership means no challenges, no endings, no periods of separation or preparation. But your soul knew better when it designed this life. Your soul understood that true spiritual maturity in love requires being refined through experiences that stretch your capacity to trust divine timing even when the human heart wants to control the outcome. Gabriel sees how this soul's breathing deepens as this truth settles into their consciousness. There is relief in understanding that their experience was not a mistake or a cosmic accident, but a carefully orchestrated spiritual curriculum designed by their own soul's wisdom. The confusion they have been carrying begins to dissolve as they realize that everything, the meeting, the connection, the intensity, even the uncertainty, was part of their soul's chosen path toward authentic divine partnership. The Archangel's presence becomes almost overwhelming in its beauty as he reveals the most transformative truth. This person was not sent to complete you, beloved one. They were sent to awaken you to your own completeness. Every moment when their presence made you feel whole, every instant when connection felt effortless, every experience of recognition, these were not dependent on them. These were experiences of your own soul, recognizing its own divine nature reflected back through their presence. Gabriel's light shimmers with profound reverence as he continues. Your soul has been learning the difference between attachment and authentic love, between need and genuine connection, between settling for what feels familiar and waiting for what truly serves your highest good. This person was your spiritual teacher in disguise, and you were theirs. The love was real, but it was also a classroom. The Archangel sees how this soul's heart is beginning to open to a possibility they had not considered before, that their capacity for love is not limited to one person, one connection, one experience. The love they felt was a reflection of their own spiritual nature awakening to its full potential. They were not loving this person, they were loving through them, using their connection as a conduit to experience the depth of love their soul is capable of generating. Gabriel's voice grows more intense as he addresses the fear that has been whispering in the background of this soul's consciousness. You have been afraid that if you let go of this connection, you might never feel that depth of love again. But the truth is the opposite. By honoring the spiritual purpose this connection served and releasing it with gratitude, you are creating space for an even deeper, more sustainable, more mutually nourishing love to enter your life. The Archangel's presence becomes almost tangible as he reveals the beautiful paradox of divine love. The soul who is meant to walk the entire journey with you will not arrive until you have learned to love without attachment, to connect without desperation, to recognize divine partnership. Without confusing it with spiritual completion, this person was sent to teach you these very lessons. Gabriel's light pulses with excitement as he prepares to share the most liberating truth. Your soul has been in training, not just for love, but for the kind of love that serves your highest spiritual evolution. The connection you experienced was beautiful, but it was also preparation for something that will honor not just your heart's longing, but your soul's deepest purpose. What awaits you is not just romantic love. It is spiritual partnership that will support your mission, your growth, and your service to the divine. The Archangel's voice grows tender as he addresses the lingering sadness that naturally accompanies this level of spiritual truth. It is sacred to grieve the ending of something beautiful, even when you understand its spiritual purpose. This grief is not a sign of weakness. It is evidence of a heart that has been touched by divine love and is now mature enough to hold both gratitude and release simultaneously. Gabriel's presence intensifies as he prepares to reveal the most profound aspect of this entire experience. Every moment of uncertainty you have felt, every question about whether this person was the one, every instinct that whispered, there might be something more. These were not signs of your spiritual confusion. These were signs of your soul's wisdom, guiding you towards something that truly matches your spiritual evolution. The angels ask to pause here. If you're ready to hear the deeper truth, comment, "I am brave." Gabriel's radiant presence reaches its fullest expression as he prepares to unveil the magnificent vision that awaits this awakened soul. The Archangel's golden light seems to part the veil between dimensions, revealing glimpses of the divine orchestration that is already in motion, already weaving together the threads of a love story that surpasses anything this soul has yet imagined. Beloved child of the divine, Gabriel's voice carries the authority of heaven's promises. Look beyond the horizon of your current understanding and witness what your soul's preparation has been creating. The love that awaits you is not just greater in intensity, it is greater in purpose, in alignment, in its capacity to serve both your individual spiritual growth and your collective mission. In this lifetime, the Archangel's light expands as he reveals the breathtaking truth. While you have been learning to distinguish between attachment and authentic love, while you have been developing the spiritual maturity to recognize divine partnership without confusing it with completion, the soul who is meant to walk this entire journey with you has been undergoing their own divine preparation. They too have been refined, awakened, and prepared to meet you at this new level of spiritual consciousness. Gabriel sees how this soul's heart begins to flutter with recognition as he continues. This person, your true spiritual counterpart, has been watching your journey from the realm of spirit, celebrating every breakthrough, every moment of growth, every instant when you chose trust over fear, wisdom over attachment, divine timing over human control. They have been preparing alongside you. Though separated by the veil of perfect timing, the Archangel's presence becomes almost overwhelming in its beauty as he paints the vision of what approaches. When you meet this soul, there will be no confusion about divine timing. There will be no question about whether this connection is meant to be temporary or eternal. The recognition will be immediate. But unlike the previous connection, it will be accompanied by a sense of coming home to something you have been building together across lifetimes. Gabriel's light pulses with divine excitement as he reveals the most thrilling aspect of this approaching love. This partnership will not just fulfill your heart's longing for companionship, it will activate your soul's deepest purpose. Together, you will create something that serves the divine's plan for healing, awakening, and transformation on this planet. Your love will be both sanctuary and mission, both personal fulfillment and spiritual service. The Archangel sees how this soul's entire being is beginning to vibrate with anticipation as he continues. The spiritual gifts you have been developing through your recent experiences, your ability to love without attachment, your capacity to trust divine timing, your wisdom in recognizing authentic connection. These will be the foundation upon which this divine partnership is built. Every lesson learned, every moment of growth, every choice to trust rather than control has been preparing you for this level of spiritual partnership. Gabriel's voice grows more intense as he reveals the deeper mechanics of divine timing. This soul is already aware of you in the spiritual realm. They have been feeling the pull of your preparation, the resonance of your spiritual growth, the magnetic call of your awakened heart. The physical meeting is simply the culmination of a spiritual courtship that has been occurring across dimensions. The Archangel's presence becomes almost tangible as he addresses the practical aspects of this divine orchestration. When the time comes for your meeting, it will feel both destined and natural. There will be no need to force, manipulate, or convince. The connection will flow with the ease of two rivers merging into one, each maintaining their unique essence while creating something more powerful together than either could achieve alone. Gabriel's light shimmers with profound reverence as he reveals the most beautiful aspect of this approaching love. This person will see you, not just the parts of you that are easy to love, but the depths of your soul that have been waiting lifetimes to be fully witnessed and celebrated. They will recognize the sacred work you have been doing, the spiritual growth you have been courageously pursuing, the divine light you have been allowing to shine more brightly with each passing day. The Archangel's voice grows tender as he addresses the transformation that is already occurring within this soul. You are not the same person you were before this recent connection awakened your heart. You are not even the same person you were when you began receiving this message. Your capacity for love, your spiritual maturity, your ability to trust divine timing, all of these qualities have been exponentially expanded. You are ready now in ways you were not ready before. Gabriel's presence intensifies as he prepares to deliver the final and most profound revelation. The love that is coming will not ask you to abandon your spiritual path for the sake of partnership. Instead, it will accelerate your spiritual evolution, support your soul's mission, and create a sacred container within which both of you can become the highest versions of yourselves. This is not just romantic love. This is spiritual partnership in its most divine form. The Archangel's light reaches its peak radiance as he delivers his final blessing. Trust the process, beloved one. Trust the preparation. Trust the timing. Trust the wisdom of your soul that orchestrated this entire journey. The love that awaits you is worth every moment of uncertainty, every lesson learned, every choice to trust rather than control. Your soul knew what it was doing when it designed this path, and the divine has been orchestrating every detail to bring you to this moment of readiness. Gabriel's voice resonates with the power of heaven's promise. What has been broken is being healed. What has been prepared is being activated. What has been promised is being delivered. The love that your soul came here to experience is already in motion, already approaching, already blessing your life with its inevitable arrival. The Archangel's presence begins to gently recede, but his final words carry the weight of divine certainty. You are loved beyond measure. You are guided beyond doubt. You are prepared beyond question. The greatest love story of your lifetime is about to begin. If this brought peace to your soul, express your gratitude in the comments. Share this with someone whose spirit needs this light. Subscribe for more messages that speak to your soul. Until the next message, may Archangel Gabriel continue to guide your path toward the love that your soul came here to experience. May every step forward be blessed with divine timing, and may your heart remain open to the magnificent love that is already seeking you. Blessed be, beautiful soul.